You know, my experience of having been in business and worked with a lot of business owners is that the biggest challenge is making sure that not only that you hire the right talent, but that you retain them. And I think the most important thing to remember at the beginning is really identifying what their goals are versus just the company's goals and objectives. You want to really see if they are in alignment with what the company is about. It's very expensive when you hire somebody. It's not just the time that you take to find the candidates. It's obviously the energy that you invest in making sure that they perform well and actually get the results that you're looking for. So it's important that you do these things first. You want to identify what their drive is and what motivates them and what their big goals are. And you certainly want to have a sense of establishing how they perform under pressure. You know, everybody's on their best behavior when you're interviewing them and they're going for the application of working for your organization. But you probably want to really put them in some pressure situations as well to really see how they perform and ask them some tough questions. Most people want to be honest, and when you say to them, what is the toughest thing that you've ever had to overcome in your last position? How did you handle it? How would you have done it better? What, if you could, would you change? Most people, when they're speaking, end up being very truthful. Even if they want to come across as being the best that they can be, they're always going to do or speak under pressure, honestly. Once you've hired the right person and you feel really confident, in order to retain them and keep them motivated, you want to make sure that you implement the proper training methods. It's not good enough just to put somebody in the position and say, this is your job description, go. A lot of times when people come on board, the whole onboarding process, especially in a small organization, you've probably only got a few people and everybody is working hard under pressure. But it would be really important to not only create job descriptions, proper processes, but have somebody shadow them as well and really keep checking in with them at the end of a day, at the end of a week. It's important that you work with them and really integrate them into the team and make them feel valuable as well. Something else that's really important when you're working with your employees is to make sure that you create valuable incentives. Now, some people, monetary incentives are key, and that's what really helps. But if you don't really define and get to understand what motivates and incentivizes your top talent, then really it doesn't matter. Because if an incentive isn't motivating, then they're not going to achieve and accomplish the results that you're looking for them to accomplish. So check in with them, find out what drives them. Sometimes it's flexible time. Sometimes it's acknowledgement, and sometimes it could be a great trip, right? It's not always about the commissions, it's not always about the salary. So I think the lesson here really is to know who you're working with, know what they want, and really it makes them feel more valuable as well, and then they're more apt to contribute. When you talk about incentives, the other thing that ties in with that is really acknowledging the person. Sometimes acknowledgement is enough of an incentive, but the truth is that a lot of people don't really get what acknowledgement really is about. You know, yes, it's a thank you for a job well done, but one of the things that I think you should be really clear about is acknowledging the qualities and the attributes that they bring to the job. So for an example, if somebody has done a great job closing a piece of business and you want to acknowledge them for that, what you might want to consider is saying to them, you know, Scotty, what you did, the knowledge and the resources that you pulled in, the way you made the client feel so comfortable, really contributed to you bringing that to fruition and putting the largest deal on the table that we've ever had. And it really is speaking to who you are in the workplace, your level of commitment. When you hear an acknowledgement like that, you can't help but feel valued and an important team player. And when people feel valued and an important team player and part of the bigger picture in the organization, you are going to retain the talent. And as we said in the beginning, it can be very costly when you go down that path to bring the right talent on. You want to make sure that you know how to retain them, keep them happy, really care about them, and they will do the same with you and your organization.